عالم من أقصى اليمين لأقصى اليسار مسوي يوتيرن. عجيب. تبارك الرحمن. طبعا هنا غالبا زحمة تكون بعض الأوقات بسبب ان اغلب اللي هنا يبغون يدخلون يمين، يسبب زحمة مو طبيعية. يا ساتر الزحمة. آه. يبغالهم على الأقل هذا الدوار يتقفل، خلاص يغلق، يسبب تكدس، يخلونه شوي قدام عشان ايش؟ يخفف الزحمة. لأن أصلا داور من هنا في إشارة قدام، ما أدري ممكن تكون هي السبب، بس بعض الأحيان يكون في هنا مخرج يمين يودي على الخدمة، يكون هو الناس كلها ماسكة اللين الثاني والثالث ويبغوا يدخلوا الخدمة. شوف مشى هنا، مشى ولعله بسبب هذا. شوف الطريق كيف قدام فاضي بسبب هذا اللي قزت، ترى هذا المخرج اللي على اليمين، دقيقة هذا هنا على اليمين، شوفوا هذا الزحمة هنا، كل اللي في اللينز الأول والثاني والثالث يبغوا يدخلوا هذا المخرج، ولا بد لها حل هذه، بس ما أدري إيش بيكون الحل، غير إنه في حفريات يعني مسببة بعض الازدحام. وهنا برضو في ازدحام، إنه في ناس تبغى تطلع يمين وناس تبغى تطلع يسار، فيسبب نقطة ازدحام، وهذه برضو ما لها حل. ممكن يغلق الشارع اللي على اليمين هذا، يصير خلاص اللي يبغى يرجع يتيرن، ولا يكون من مكان ثاني. المهم في حلول يعني. في زحمة الناس صرحانتي
self-reflection when no one is listening. You lead without chasing by becoming so focused on who you're becoming that you forget to ask if she's watching. Because deep down, she always is. She's observing how you respond to her distance, how you act when attention fades, how you move when you're alone. That's when your real leadership is proven. And when you prove it, when you show that your value was never in pursuit, but in presence, you will see the shift. Her energy will change. Her tone will soften. She'll initiate more. She'll lean in. Not because you chased, but because you led. And in that space, in that reversal of energy, you finally reclaim your throne. Not above her, but ahead of her. Where you were always meant to be. You were never born to chase approval. You were never built to beg for love and validation.
طبعا هنا ما برضو نقطة التقاء صعبة جدا. ناس تيجي من الاكزت اللي على اليمين، المخرج اللي على اليمين ذا تبغى تروح اقصى اليسار، فيقصون قص. مع انه في يوتيرن هناك، معطينهم فرصة انه يسوون يوتيرن من قدام يعني. بس إلا يقصون الشارع قص، وهذا يسبب ازدحام كذلك. المفروض إجباري يروح يزيد ويسوي يوتيرن من هنا، من هذا اليوتيرن. ليه؟ يعطي فرصة للناس اللي جايين من الخط من ورا. كذا تقص الشارع قص، يعني ترى تعتبر مخالفة ذي، ما التزم بالخط مسار.
Unrecognizable, not just for her, not just to impress the world, but for you, for the man you see when nobody's watching, for the version of you that would never settle, never beg, never apologize for walking the road that no one else dares to walk. This is your life, your story,
واحد عاكس وسبب ازدحام. طبعا راح الآن. اي مو طبيعي يا اخي، وهذا شوف وين واقف. ترى مو مكان وقوف انك توقف في المكان، اللي عطلت سير، عطلت الناس، وعطلت البشرية.
I'm building myself so I know you're not here for entertainment. You're here to become the best version of yourself.
ريدج اور ايش؟ بانتري. بانتري اللي هو ايش؟ بانتري بنطلون يعني او جنس. ممكن أحد يقول لي، ولا مخزن، مخزون يمكن، والله ما أدري. دائما بالشتاء سبحان الله اشتهي الحلا. وين جاي ذا فجأة يطلع لك أحد بوسط الشارع؟
It builds trust, boosts credibility, and helps grow your brand. Set up is quick, and your inbox is protected with built-in security. And if you ever need help, we're just a call away. Start building your brand, one email at a time. There's a hidden truth that every high-value man understands. Respect isn't something you ask for, it's something you embody. And the coldest reality, women don't respect your words. They respect your boundaries. They respect your macro. They respect what you say no to more than anything you say yes to. Most men lose their girl not when they stop loving her, but when they stop commanding respect. And the reason she doesn't see you as a man anymore is because you handed her your power in a million small ways. This ends now. I'm going to give you the 5 most powerful boundaries you'll ever need. Not to control, but to control yourself so deeply, so clearly, that she has no choice but to recalibrate how she looks at you. If you want to live like this from now on,
يا ساتر الزحمة اللي قدام.
number 1, never reward disrespect. If there's one truth every man must swallow raw and without sugar, it's this. The moment you accept disrespect, you become replaceable in her mind. It doesn't matter how much you've done, how long you've been together, or how deep you think your bond is. The very second she senses that you'll accept being belittled, ignored, challenged without reason, or subtly insulted, that you'll stay loyal while she chips away at your dignity. She stops seeing you as a man she needs to earn. She starts seeing you as a man she can use. And that truth, as painful as it may feel, is exactly where your power begins. A woman will never truly respect a man who
طبعا
continues
اللين
to show
هذا
up
على
for her
اليسار
after she has
هذا
violated
حق
standards. She may tolerate
الباصات
him, use him, keep him around for comfort or convenience.
المخالفة
But
انك
in her
تطلع
heart,
تمشي
she
عليه
no longer looks up to him. She no longer feels inspired by him.
إلا في حالات طارئة. طبعا الزحمة كلها بسبب مخرج ذا اللي على اليمين.
Watch how she speaks to him when no one else is listening.
تجي زحمة قدام ثانية
Where the truth
بسبب تداخل عدة
It's in the
شوارع.
consistency of how she speaks to you when she
ناس
doesn't
تبغى تطلع من هنا تلف يمين وناس جاية من تحت تبغى تروح سيدة، يسبب نقطة التقاء مزدحمة تحتاج حل. طبعا المفروض انه ما حد يطلع على اليسار لانه المسار حق الباصات.
Here's what you must understand. Women don't test you because they're cruel. They test you because they're wired to feel out your strength. A man without boundaries isn't a safe space. He's a soft space. And soft spaces get walked on, not walked with. When she challenges your values, your direction, or your authority, and you give, she doesn't feel loved. She feels unsafe. A man who can't protect his own dignity can't protect a woman. So how do you reverse this? How do you start building that silent respect that makes her eyes soften and her voice calm down when she speaks to you? You create consequence without chaos. You become the man who never shouts, never begs, never explains, but also never tolerates being disrespected, not even once. Let me give you the blueprint. First, recognize disrespect in all its forms. It's not just yelling or name-calling. It's when she interrupts you constantly. It's when she mocks your goals. It's when she talks about her ex in front of you to provoke a reaction. It's when she's always texting other men and calls you insecure for questioning it. It's when she gives you silent treatment instead of mature communication. All of these are micro-hits to your soul. Second, correct it once, directly, calmly, without emotion. Example,
يا
don't speak to
ساتر
me
يا
that way
ساتر.
again. If it happens again, I'm done.
يمكن
You
الجو
don't
مخلي
repeat yourself. You don't argue. If it
الوضع
happens again,
كذا
you
شوي
leave. No
هدوء،
games, no rage, just
ما
clarity.
يخليك
When you
تزعل
do this,
تنرفز،
two things happen. She either levels up or
لأن
walks
الجو
away.
جميل وشاعري.
And if she walks away, good.
لو إن الشمس تلقى
That's
الناس
one less
منفسة.
parasite draining your energy. That's one step closer to becoming the man who commands respect from the world, not just
صح؟
women. This isn't just about dating. This is about how you move through life. Your boss, your friends, your family. How you let people treat you is how they decide your worth. You must start standing firm in your standards, not out of ego, but out of survival. A man with no boundaries gets exhausted. He burns out. He resents everyone. And in the end, he either explodes or breaks. But a man who honors himself becomes solid. He becomes focused. He builds a life that is so deeply aligned with who he is that only those who respect him can enter it. That's not arrogance. That's evolution. Practically, this means doing what 99% of men won't do. If she flakes on you, don't chase. If she mocks your values, don't explain. If she tests you with drama, don't react. You set the standard. You leave the table when disrespect is served, not once, every time. And if she wants to earn her way back into your presence, she'll do it through consistent behavior, not apologies. Never let your emotions override your execution. You are either training her to respect you or to run circles around you. Now you might be wondering, how do I stay strong when I feel attached to her? How do I not fold when I miss her? Or when she's the only woman I've ever loved? Here's the hard truth. If you're addicted to her attention, it means you're not building anything in your own life worth being addicted to. Redirect your obsession. Pour it into building your body, because a
This
strong
place
body
in
leads to a
Saudi
strong
Arabia,
mind. Wake
Riyadh.
up earlier than you want to. Go run when your mind says rest. Lift
Are you
until your
familiar?
arms are numb. That pain becomes power. That power becomes discipline. That discipline becomes clarity. Start that business you've been thinking about for years. Build something that doesn't depend on anyone's approval. Learn a new skill
Oh,
that makes you
Dubai.
valuable, not
Okay,
just to women,
nice.
but to the world. Stop
It's not
scrolling
that
for
far.
dopamine hits and start creating. Write, building, move.
Maybe 2
Be alert.
hours
Not as a
flight,
victim,
or
but
less
as a
than
warrior
2
sharpening his
hours.
edge.
Maybe 1 hour and
Study.
1 hour
Take
and
cold showers,
30
not for
minutes,
the trend,
40 minutes.
but to remind yourself
Let's
that
say
you choose
2
discomfort
hours. And
because you control your world now.
by
Clean your room.
if you go
Organize
get
your finances.
trip
Cut off weak
driving
friends.
from there to
Stop
here,
going to places where people drain your energy.
maybe
Create
10
a
hours,
personal code
11
that follows
hours.
with religious precision. When you stop tolerating disrespect from her,
Okay,
you
I
also
see.
stop tolerating mediocrity.
We got the
yourself.
people on the bridge.
That transformation, that's when you no longer need respect.
They are waiting for me.
People feel it. Your presence changes a room. Your eyes speak before your mouth does. You become the man others either fear or admire, but never ignore. And one day, the same woman who used to play games with you will see you again, and she won't even recognize you. You won't have to say a word. She'll know. She'll feel it. She'll sense she lost access to something she'll never touch again. And that will haunt her more than anything you could ever say. That's how you rise. That's how you become unshakable. By drawing a line and standing behind it, alone if needed, firm forever. Start now. Your time isn't infinite. Every second you tolerate disrespect is a second you delay your greatness. Don't wait for rock bottom. Build your foundation now, and never, ever reward disrespect.
Oh, nice. This is gonna be good match. Even, I guess today, Jordan and Saudi Arabia. It's gonna be amazing, man. Yeah.
Respect again. Number 2, guard your peace. If there is one thing that will define the rest of your life as a man, it is this. Peace is not something you stumble into. It's something you defend like your life depends on it, because it does. The man who lacks peace is the man who wakes up every day on edge, pulled in 1,000 directions, reacting to everything, in survival mode. He's not living, he's performing. For women, for friends, for family, for people who couldn't care less if he crumbled tomorrow. There comes a time when a man must realize that his peace is his power. Not money, not cars, not status, not women, not clout. Peace. Because peace is the state where your decisions are no longer reactive. They're chosen. It's the state where you don't jump at insults, don't explain yourself to doubters, don't get rattled by someone walking out, and don't chase validation that costs your soul. Peace is the ultimate flex, and it's invisible. You walk into rooms and people
Me
feel
too,
it.
man.
You speak and others listen, not because you shout, but because your silence means something. But most men don't guard their peace. They leak
Me
it.
too.
Every text they respond to instantly, every argument they step into, every chaotic person they tolerate, every favor they say yes to out of guilt, every late-night conversation with a woman who never respected them in daylight, every moment spent explaining their worth is a leak. And over time, it drains them dry. Until all that's left is a hollow man wearing the mask of someone who used to dream. You cannot build an empire with a chaotic mind. You cannot lead a relationship with an anxious soul. You cannot earn respect when you are constantly seeking relief from others because you never gave yourself peace. And women, they feel it instantly. They can tell when your attention is scattered, when your time isn't sacred, when your space has no discipline, when your schedule is open to whatever mood she's in that day. That doesn't make her love you more. That makes her feel like she's steering the ship.
I
And no
will.
woman respects a man who needs to be led. So what does it mean to guard your peace? It means becoming unavailable to chaos. Not as a defense mechanism, but as a conscious design of your life. It means looking at every input, your phone, your relationships, your habits, your calendar, and asking, does this protect or poison my peace? If it poisons it, it goes immediately. No second chances, no dramatic exits, just gone. You don't argue anymore, because arguments require you to prove yourself, and men at peace don't explain
Exactly,
themselves
man.
to chaos. You don't chase anymore, because chasing
If you
pulls
come
you out
here,
of presence.
come to this coffee.
You don't scroll
You'll like it.
endlessly, because every scroll is a decision to numb instead of
this
build. You don't sleep in, because
atmosphere.
sleeping in is a signal to your soul that your life isn't urgent. You don't talk to everyone, because access to you
Come
is
on,
sacred.
guys, move.
Peace is also boundaries without explanations. You say no, and that's it. You leave texts unanswered if they come from people who never gave you peace. You stop attending gatherings where gossip is the main currency. You let people call you arrogant or cold because they used to feed on your availability. Let them miss you. Let them wonder what changed. Let them talk. Because while they're talking, you're building something solid. A life where you choose who enters. Not a life where you're trying to be liked by everyone who doesn't even like themselves. You wake up early not because it's trendy, but because those hours before the world wakes up are your fortress. You read not because it makes you look smart, but because it reminds you how small your problems are. You take walks alone, not out of loneliness, but because peace walks with the man who can be alone without being lonely. You train your body, not for six-pack validation, but because physical discipline is spiritual war. And you keep your space clean, not to impress a date, but because chaos cannot survive where order lives. Peace is power, because the man who owns his mind owns his world. The man who cannot be lured into arguments, chaos, drama, guilt, urgency, or distraction is a man who is untouchable.
Exactly.
That's what women want but can never explain.
You know it.
That's what employers trust. That's what friends respect. And that's what other men look at and think, he's different. You have to understand that when a woman creates emotional noise, she's not doing it to destroy you. She's doing it to find your edges, to know if your world bends when she leans too hard. When she starts a fight out of nowhere, asks loaded questions, pulls away to see how you react. She's not trying to hurt you. She's trying to find your core. And if every time
he came on my way,
jump, there is no core, just reaction. But if you sit back, stay calm, hold the silence longer than her confusion, and respond only when you choose to, you don't just guard your peace, you announce that it's non-negotiable. Eventually, she either adapts to your frequency,
halal,
and both are wins. Because the moment you start giving up your peace to keep someone around is the moment you lose yourself. And if you point in being loved,
really? I have no idea, man.
What's the point of love if it requires your soul as collateral? You want to change your life? Then build a peace so strong it offends people who live in chaos. A peace so real that you no longer flinch when people say you've changed. A peace that pulls the right people in and pushes the wrong ones out. And the irony, when you live this way, everything you used to chase, validation, love, attention, respect, starts chasing you. Because now, you're the rare man, the one who doesn't need the world to see him to feel whole. That peace will heal you. It will sharpen your decisions. It will reveal your real friends. It will teach you how to love without losing yourself. And it will build a foundation that no setback, no woman, no betrayal, no loss can shake. Guard it like gold, because it is. And once you own it, you'll never trade it for chaos again.
I have no idea, bro. For real. I have no idea.
Don't share too much. She doesn't want
because
to know
I'm an alcoholic guy, man.
Even if she says she does. She wants to feel your depth, not dive into it every day.
Buddy.
She wants to discover you, not carry you. And the moment you open the door to every emotion, every doubt, every wound, every overthought dream, you become something she wasn't ready for, her project. And women don't fall in love with projects. They fall in love with men who know how to carry their own weight, speak when it matters, and withhold enough to remain magnetic. You've been told your whole life to open up, to be vulnerable, to share more. But let's be honest, how did that serve you? Did she pull you closer when you confessed your anxieties? Did she admire you more when you cried over life's unfairness? Or did something shift in her eyes, subtle, unspoken, where she began to see you not as her protector, but as her emotional equal? And while that sounds noble, the reality is this. When you put your emotional world on her shoulders, she might come not a machine. You bleed, you struggle, you doubt. Not a machine. You bleed, you struggle, you doubt. But the difference between a respected man and a tolerated man is
that
how
make
he carries those
women
emotions.
respect you.
A respected man feels deeply, but moves intentionally. He never lets his pain become someone else's responsibility.
You know, these days
he doesn't
women
weaponize his story for sympathy.
Not all of them, but most of them, they don't respect
past.
the men.
He integrates it quietly, steadily, alone, if he must. When you share everything too soon, you create emotional clutter. She doesn't know what to do with all of it. It overwhelms her, and instead of feeling close, she starts feeling smothered. Instead of respecting your openness, she questions your stability. And instead of leaning in, she pulls away. Not because she's cruel, but because instinctively, she wants to lean on you, not become your savior. There's a reason the most respected men you know rarely speak about themselves. They give glimpses, not blueprints. They offer presence, not explanations. And they never chase connection through confession. They don't talk to be understood. They act to be respected. And that respect creates intimacy far deeper than anything words could offer. You want to change your life? Start treating your story like a treasure chest, not a brochure. Let her earn access to you over time. Let her wonder what drives you. Let her feel the silence and choose to lean closer. When she asks questions, answer just enough to make her lean in further. You're not hiding. You're preserving polarity. You're cultivating depth. You're building intrigue. The fuel that keeps
Ladies
attraction
and
alive
gentlemen,
long
we
after the
arrived.
honeymoon ends. Most men
Can you see my
mistake
friends
talking
now?
for connection.
I
They
get to
think
go,
if she
guys.
knows everything, she'll never leave. But the opposite is true.
Yes.
She doesn't leave because she doesn't know enough.
Bye,
She
guys.
leaves because you gave her everything up front, and there was nothing left to pursue. She stops seeing